couple of hours, an explanation of how we got to where we are today and how we can get out of the problems we got. And I think maybe the highest percentage of people of all the books I've written who bought it actually are reading it, which is really nice. The country's got some problems, but none of them are insoluble. We can get out of this.
What are people telling you today?
That they came because they want some hope. They want to know what we can do. And they want. I've had some Republicans as well as Democrats in the line. They want the government to work and they want the economy to work. And I think they buy the argument I'm making in this book that they have to work together.
So what's next? A book on your new diet, maybe?
Yeah, that would probably be my all-time bestseller.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. I told the young man who runs my home that we should do it together. He could explain, how you go about trying to put all the meals together.
Yeah. Has it been an exciting journey for you?
It has. I did it by necessity. I'm trying to hang around long enough to see if I get to be a grandfather and keep doing my work.
Definitely.
But I like this. And this book is a real departure for me. My whole life is in my foundation, but I wanted to do one on economics because I thought it'd be good for the people who would like to have just a simple volume that would explain what happened.
Definitely. What about the Clinton Foundation? What's on priorities for the Clinton Foundation right now?
Well, our biggest project in the United States is tackling childhood obesity, which is the #1 public health problem in this country. We now got 12,000 schools in this alliance that are changing their cafeteria offerings, changing what's in the vending machines, and improving exercise options, not just for the students, but for the teachers and the staff. And we also have a big entrepreneurship program for inner city small business people. And the people that have been in our New York program where we started have seen over the last 5 years their businesses grow 21%, while the average businesses in New York have grown 1.6%. So it's really working. And it's something we do with Inc. magazine. We get small business people who are successful come and work with others and help just simple things like managing inventory, sampling customers, doing the things that everybody ought to be able to do. But if you're working 15, 16 hours a day and you have very little marginal income and you're in an area that's lower income, it's hard to do. So we're trying to help. So those are the things we're doing here. Around the world, our biggest program is our healthcare program. I just talked to a man in Ethiopia on the way to the book signing where we built hundreds of new clinics for people in rural areas so they can get AIDS treatment and maternal health treatment and things like that. And I suppose the program with the most impact now is the Global Initiative, which we had last September, where we bring in people from around the world. We bring people from business and government and philanthropy and people running small non-governmental groups all over the world. We fly them in and cover their cost and get everybody to make a commitment to do something. And so far, there are 300 million people who've been benefited around the world, and we got the commitments this year will help another 100 million. So you can always do better if you organize other people to do things. No one person. The fundamental lesson of the modern world is that crowds can move mountains, whether they're in Tahrir Square or on the internet raising $1 billion for Haiti after the earthquake in America. A median contribution of something like $25. It's staggering. And so the real answer to all the challenges of the modern world is to get people in networks where everybody does what they're best at and they work together. Thank you. I'm glad to see you all. Thanks. It's a great story. Huh?
Absolutely.
One of the things I'm trying to do in this book tour is selling books is very different than it used to be. There are thousands of fewer bookstores. Half the people get them on the internet. But I'm trying to help the independent bookstores because with Borders going down and Barnes & Noble being the only big chain left, these independent stores, because they can't typically buy in the volumes and therefore at the price discounts that a chain can, are in the sort of double bind of having relatively higher cost per book and competing with all the internet sales and the people who just buy ebooks. But I think for a community, having a bookstore like this really adds a lot to the quality of life. We lost ours in Chappaqua, where I live. So the one next door in Pleasantville, I went in to see them, and we're doing a book signing in the public library in Chappaqua because we have a nice library there today. But that bookstore is doing it. I'm just trying to help independent stores to keep going. Save the jobs.
You gonna buy anything for Barrett's? Have you checked out the selection?
I probably will. So far, every store I've been into, I bought at least one book before I left.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.